Hey guys, what's going on? John Hack, Think About Comics, joined by
Boy, we in Bethea.
Today we're going to be going over this week's run of the X-Men books. We got Hellions, New Mutants, and Cable.
Yes.
So we're just going to do all of them and go through because they all don't have to deal with what's going on in their story.
Yep.
But they deal with all the X-Men books. So even though it says New Mutants, the story is all about Ten of Swords.
Yep. What are we doing? Part 6, 7, and 8.
Part 6, 7, and
Yep.
8. So this is Hellions.
Yes.
I thought this was a. It started out as a decent title.
Oh.
For me.
Okay.
I know you're Mr. X-Man, but I really like the idea of, hey, look, we're going to go out and steal the book, steal the swords, so that the other team has to forfeit and we win that by default. And the whole council and everything really shows me how much the X-Men are kind of have their backs against the wall because they're so used to just dying and coming back, and everybody's cool with it. And this book shines light on, like, this is the first time we see this new iteration of the X-Men really worried, really scared, and they're not certain on what their future is going to be.
Yeah.
I think this book does a really good job at highlighting that. And then when they go to, what is it, Camelot or Avalon? And that's when the book kind of lost me. I really like that tone in the beginning that set it. And then when they went to the other dimension, the in-between world to go to where they have to go, the dialogue and everything, it just did not feel right. The book went from really, really serious to, like, joking, and I couldn't get into it. I know you loved it. So
I feel what you're saying, and I'm telling you, I agree. This was a title where you really got to see them say, "Hey, we need to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
We can't have the fight always come to us. We gotta go out and we gotta do this." My issue about this book was they did after Storm.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This meeting should have happened way before. Okay.
Yeah.
And what happened with Storm going to Wakanda made me feel like maybe because of that may have spurred this on a little bit more, and they really didn't discuss, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, now we got all these other people, they're out and about. Who are we going to use as the tactical team to do the most reckless stuff? And they said the Hellions. That's why we built them. That's what it is. My problem with that is, why you going to have Sinister run point? Let Sinister stay home. Let Psylocke run him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't put Sinister in it because Sinister is going to fail you. And sure enough, Sinister goes, gets his clone. Now the clone there. Okay? This is where I get a little upset because it's like they want to go extra when you can just stay with the status quo and it'll work. We just built up Hellions to see how good Psylocke is with these guys and how strong they are. We've just seen how Empath is the dude that don't nobody like, and he's selfish, and we have to manipulate him almost to a degree to get him to play. All right? To me, title was good. Could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that one.
That's that one. All right.
Now we have, what is that, New Mutants?
Yes, New Mutants
13.
13.
I like this one. I like this one, and I think Cable was the best one. I think this was the second best of the week.
Yes, I agree.
But when you take it, they took a character who isn't really known as like a fighter in a war, being Cypher.
Yep.
And that's one thing I like about Ten of Swords. Like, Ten of Swords has me really interested in a lot of characters that I normally wouldn't care about.
Yes.
And they showed a lot of dynamic of Cypher. Like, he's more than just they flesh him out a lot more.
Yes.
He's not just a random dude, I just know all the languages.
Yeah.
Well, there's more to him than that, and you start to learn that. And the fact that they've built up on it, having Warlock be his sword, which I thought was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And then we see Magic training him.
Yes.
This is a really, really good issue. I also liked how they bring up, well, if he dies, how are you going to talk to Krakoa? Mm-hmm. My question to that is, if they can, they talked about it in the Dawn of X and that and the beginning stuff. When they clone people, they can manipulate them, correct?
Yes.
So why don't they just, when they bring someone back to life, why don't they just give Cyclops that ability? Or, when someone dies, they give him Cypher's ability and somebody else's.
Well, I think what's been happening is because of everybody being actually implanted in their mind the ability to talk Krakoan. Everybody on the island can talk Krakoan because of the implant of the language.
Yes.
Because of Xavier. The issue is he can actually bond with Krakoa. So now it would be giving Cypher's mutant ability to somebody else. And who do we trust that we can give that to? Because remember, we are also trying to not get somebody to mutate and find out what's going on with Maura McTaggart, because she's in a dark place on Krakoa, and we are not trying to have anybody that might run roughshod and get with Krakoa and be like, look, this is how we're going to run things.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I didn't think of it like that. That's a good point.
It's hard because Cypher is the perfect guy for that role.
Yeah.
Perfect. No, he's not trying to take over nothing. He ain't got that bad history about, manipulating people and all that other stuff. He ain't got Wolverine's history, none of that. You got the perfect guy for that. My thing is, now that you done put him in that role, now that, and I love it because the New Mutants kind of bond, it's like, even Magic is like, I want to make you stronger, but she's worried,
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what we need.
Do you think there's going to be like a big, like if somebody dies in this, I guarantee people are going to die in this X-Men and on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know what the ramification of it is going to be. And they really, they display that really good in that book of saying Magic's worried about, well, if she's worried about Cypher, then she's not worried about herself. She could get axed.
Yeah.
And Cypher's just like, I don't want to be the weight to carry everyone back. And then if he dies, well, we don't have a relationship with Krakoa anymore, so then everything's up in the air. So this book sets up just like the aspect of somebody who's not ready to go to war and somebody who is ready to go to war, both in the same problem of, hey, look, I can fight, but I can't fight for everybody else. We see that problem. Then we also see, hey, look, I'm the lifeline of the whole island.
Yep.
What, it hypes it up. I hope Cypher doesn't die. We've already seen him die in the original New Mutants run, and that sucked. But hopefully they do good with this. But this was a really good issue.
Oh, yeah. It was excellent.
And this is where I think Ten of Swords is so far, it's been one of the better reads that I've been doing, especially when you look at these giant events. It's not a cash grab like I thought it was going to be. That's what I was really worried about, where I was going to pick one up and just, it was a throwaway. Each one of these means something.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like the death metal books where I'm picking one of the one shot up and it's kind of
it's in it, but it's not in it.
This is doing a good job of that. But New Mutants, really good book.
Really good book.
And you got the cool variant cover.
Yes, I had to go to White Queen. I did.
So what is this? Cable, issue
Cable.
5.
Woo!
This was awesome.
Woo-hoo! This was the one.
The best way I can summarize this book is the Summers family, Jean Grey, Cyclops, and Cable versus the Borg.
Oh man, Borg! Yeah,
that's what they reminded me of.
Yes. Hey, I was tentative because I was like, okay, they on this ship. This is probably leading to something else, not related to Ten of Swords. I don't know where it's gonna go.
Now, did the previous Cable issue, because I'm not reading Cable, did it set up? Did it end with him going to the ship?
Yeah, it set up everything.
Okay,
everything was set up.
And this book does a good job of, if you haven't read it, that you can go in and yeah.
Oh my god, this. Oh, this.
We got to see Cyclops being a badass.
Oh yeah,
Jean is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Jean's one of those characters that I feel a lot of people. She's either a throwaway character or she's OP beyond belief, and I think this version of Cable is doing a pretty good job of finding the dynamic of being both Scott and Jean, because this one has both of them in his entire life.
Yes, and yes. This is a better version of Cyclops, because Cyclops, you're starting to see him as what he truly is, a field leader. Jean Grey, you've seen them build her up throughout this title, this new run, giving her more responsibility. We saw her in X-Men Red as a leader. This is going to a more building stage than not a okay, she's been here all this time, she should be that. No, this is her learning I'm not built to be the covert type, killing people and all that stuff. No, I got a heart. This is where I am. This is where I go. And in Cable, it's not giving you Cable to the point where he has been in the future for 30 years, and every time you see him and Scott together, it's like Scott's looking at his grandfather, but it's his son. And how you gonna tell me about war when I've been in this game technically longer than you? You know what I'm saying? I didn't see but Cable in this, I ain't been in the game as long as you, and I can learn some things. I like that.
Also, we get to see Scott Summers as more of a father figure.
Yeah,
that was really cool, and he's worried about Cable.
Oh yeah,
going to this tournament. He would rather do it, but he can't. Obviously.
Hey, and then of course
he wasn't chosen.
Hey, my man pushing himself out of the airlock.
That was cool. I kind of wondered why Jean didn't fly out too.
Hey, look.
Whatever.
Hey, it was great.
I'm asking too much, but
it was great.
No, I really enjoyed the two of these books. The Hellions was a necessary read. The first half, and then the second half was what it was. But these books, I gotta say, I'm impressed with what X-Men's been doing.
Oh yeah.
This week we have X-Men, and what's the other one coming out?
You got X-Men, and I think it's X-Force.
I know two of them come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, hey, as always, give us a like, give us a subscribe, hit us up in the comment section.
Oh yeah.
We definitely, enjoy talking to you guys. Thanks.
Peace.